How's it going, everybody? It is another time for RLCS roster. Some of these are old, some of these are new, but we've got a bunch of roster news to be talking about because I want to wait for the weekend, and then we had some chaos during this off season. Again, if you guys want to make sure you stay up to date on everything, like, subscribe, notifications, you guys know what to do down below. Let's jump straight into it. First one, as you guys know, and some insight into some of these rosters due to the draw number 8 going down with James Bott and Rizzo. We finally got to see this team in action. The one that I've been alluding to and wanting to talk about for a while is the Comm, noly, and Jknaps roster. Fun fact, I actually helped put this team together, had intentions to manage this team, but sometimes things don't work out. But this roster, the organization they're going to be with, all that kind of stuff should be pretty exciting. Fingers crossed that they kind of change the narrative of what Rocket League is. I think, and have personally been preaching, that I feel right now, if you are a top 8 team in the RLCS, top 8 team, including the players, you are all plenty talented. I think Rocket League right now is in a place where you're not seeing the mechanical ceiling continue to climb at such a rate. It's kind of plateaued a little bit or balanced out. And because that ascension is not happening as much, I think the players that are in it right now, you look, for example, Comm, still a lot left to give, was the mechanical nut when he came in. Very versatile, understands what it takes to win. You've got Noly, who continues to be one of the best setup men. You saw what he did with Karmine Corp. There's no reason he can't do it with the team in NA. And Jknaps, who is one of the most consistent players in the RLCS. There is no flaw as to why G2, when they went to Worlds with Sathu and the rest of those boys, were able to make top 8 and look good doing it. They bought into what is a team mentality. And I don't know the last time I can point and be like, yep, Jknaps is at fault for this. It's a solid team, and they're all much older. I'm hoping that changes the narrative of, hey, you're 24 and old and washed, which 24 isn't old. I think you could finally start to see the general age, which I've been talking about, we're going to see decline. We're not going to see as many scribbles and Zens and stuff come in. This could be the team that showcases, hey, there's a different narrative of it. A lot of potential with this roster. We did get to see them come in first time for the draw 8, and they looked pretty solid. They ended up taking second. We'll talk about that towards the end. Alongside that, Karmine Corp finally announces their official roster. This is the one that we know has been rumored for a while. Their video, pretty goofy. They end up doing like a America's Got Talent audition kind of video, and then they start to rap and crazy stuff. But this team in general is, in my opinion, the team to beat. I think this is the team that, when you look at a roster, this is who you need to beat to win the world championship. I think you've got Vatira, who is arguably one of the best players in the world. Rise, to me, is my #1 like draft pick of all time. I think he's got all the intangibles for communication. I think he has proven with 3 different rosters, getting second place at all different, like, they have a really solid team. And Tao, to me, is a difference maker and was the best player on Liquid. Very, very talented team. Can they put it all together? I'm very interested to see them play for the first time. We saw what they did 2/3 with noly. What are they going to do with the Tao, who I think is a better version of noly? I'm very interested to find out. But this is my #1 team going into RLCS 2024. This team is dangerous, and they've got the GOAT and Farah. Just came off a world championship dub, and I don't blame him with this roster and Karmine Corp to go lead to success. So love the content they're making. They're continuing to showcase that, hey, as an organization, esports, we don't need to lay off all our employees, which we'll talk about V1 here in a bit. But yeah, seriously, really solid stuff here from Karmine Corp as they continue to try to be the standard for organizations moving forward into 2024. Really, really high on this roster. Should be a lot of good. Alongside, in the draw, we did get to see a new iteration of Dignitas. Curious what Violent Panda as the coach is building over there. We did get to see Aris and Arsenal. We've been talking a lot about what is happening with Arsenal. Is he on SSG? Is he not? I told everybody, no, it's not happening. I don't think he's going to go back after they said, hey, we want to replace you. To me, the decision of what happens with Dignitas, and Luminosity is between 2 people. It's between Aris and Chicago. Based upon how tryouts go at Space Station between Aris and Chicago, that's who they're going to go with. The other one is going to go to Dignitas. That is my assumption of how it'll play out. I'm very interested to see how it goes. Initially, I thought it was going to be Chicago, but if Aris is playing pretty well, it depends on if they want to go the risk-reward. New talent, chance to develop, or proven talent. What do they want to do? So a little bit of information when it comes to the Space Station team with that as well, but Dignitas did field with these. We'll take a look at the results in a bit. Jumping back to EU, the ongoing conversation. What is happening with those former BDS players with Seiko? What's happening with former with Itachi and former of Moist? Juicy. What are we doing? The conversation for the entire offseason is that these three are likely teaming together. We didn't know what it was going to be. But the conversation of the organization is Gentlemates, which has Gotaga, who's a really big streamer in their organization. We showed you guys a long time ago in previous videos as well, a teaser on their website of the splash art from like season 12 or something like that in Rocket League. So we knew they were looking to get into Rocket League. It's just a matter of finding the right roster. So you've got a French organization with another French team. Expect them to be competitive as well. I don't know how it's going to look. I know Juicy is kind of slept on, but I mean, I've seen that kid clap people 1v1s, 2v2s. Very talented, but I don't know if he's been surrounded by the right. I think Itachi was one of the best free agents as a setup person, and we know what Seiko is capable of. So very interested to see on how this one plays out, but I'm very high on Itachi and players like him. I think he's got the mechanics and all the talent in the world. So very interested to see on how this team plays out if it ends up being finalized. We talk about the draw a lot with top 8. Primarily, the Shopify roster is looking to be that team that people want to slot in as the 3rd best overall with Justin. Alongside that, we got to see first iteration of that Luminosity roster. And results kind of tell us the tale. I mentioned, hey, that Torment Minion team has a lot of potential. The other thing with this roster is that it's very likely that Torment is going to be the coach. We're seeing them go all the way to the finals before they lose to Shopify. On the other side, the Suk Parktik team, which I think is supposed to be getting picked up by God, who's the organization that's behind them? I've heard a couple of rumors of who it might be. I don't know if I'm allowed to say them. I'm not going to say them just in case, but them continuing to perform as one of the better offseason rosters as well. The Dignitas team beat Boise State, but then they dropped. Those games closer than people imagine, so some potential there. So I'm thinking the top 8 is starting to fill out of what things go. I want to see Pirates on a Boat do a little bit better because they've been rumored to be signed by like Ghost Gaming potentially or something like that. So some interesting results. There will be the draw 9 in like a week or two. I think it's like the 12th or something like that. It's not this weekend, but it's the weekend after. James Bott and them are in Florida for the invitational for like the solo queue invitational or something like that. We also haven't seen M80 play, and the reason why is because of this. All the rumors are saying, hey, who's the 3rd alongside AJ and Joria's? It's supposed to be Nas. This is what it's looking. Former SK, they said, hey, and this is good because it's coming directly from SK. We have reached a transfer agreement, so he is going somewhere else. My assumption is M80. That's what the rumors have been. That's where things are going, which means that you've got 2 European players in Joria's and Nas, and then you also have AJ, former of Optic. So very talented roster. Is it going to be the results to give us an answer for success? That is kind of what we're all looking forward to. Yeah, if they go to Gamers 8, I expect them to be pretty crazy. Oh, the draw 9 is January 7th. Okay, it's a month away. We got a long time. I know I'll be doing coverage of that one. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff. There is one team we have yet to talk about, which is version 1, and you guys get a dedicated video for that one because it's about the merger. So if you guys want to make sure you don't miss out on that, you guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, the bell or whatever the heck they tell you to do as a YouTuber. Go do that stuff. It's greatly appreciated. But more videos, more updates, all about space coming to you soon, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.